Justin romantically at the same time as her?
No, not one time. I would never, it's not my character to mess with someone's relationship. I would just never do that.
I do not stand for women tearing women down, and I will never, ever be by that.
There was a time when the names Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber floated through pop culture like constellations, bright, separate, and endlessly photographed. Selena, the multi-hyphenate with charting ballads and a billion-viewed grace. Hailey, the runway-sharp tastemaker who turned minimalism into a global aesthetic. Their worlds were glossy, sold-out tours, front-row fashion weeks, beauty brands smiling from Sephora shelves. On paper, there was no collision course, only two success stories moving in parallel. But one teenage love triangle changed everything. A story so small, so ordinary, it should have faded with time. Instead, it became the fault line beneath their fame. What began as young love would grow into a cultural obsession, twisting, resurfacing, mutating through every new platform and era. What began as young love turned into a decade-long fault line. Two women, one narrative, and millions of strangers choosing sides. How did it come to this? How did romance become a referendum and every Instagram post a declaration of war? In late 2025, the Wall Street Journal published a profile of Hailey Bieber. When asked about her rumored rivalry with Selena Gomez, Hailey laughed it off, or tried to. "I don't feel competitive with people I'm not inspired by," she said. Within hours, screenshots flooded X and TikTok. The quote went viral, dissected, remixed, and branded as a new chapter in a feud that never seemed to end. Hailey's team insisted the comment was taken out of context, but the narrative had already chosen its villain. Selena's reply came quietly through an Instagram story. "Just leave the girl alone. She can say whatever she wants. Doesn't affect my life whatsoever." It was soft, but surgical. A reminder that in this story, words were weapons and silence was strategy. Notably, this wasn't the first time the world had watched these two women collide. It began in 2009, when 12-year-old Hailey Baldwin met a teenage Justin Bieber backstage at the Today Show. Her father, actor Stephen Baldwin, made the introduction. Just a fleeting fan moment. 2 years later, Justin started dating Selena Gomez, Disney's rising star. The internet crowned them Selena, young love in its purest form, glossy, romantic, endlessly photogenic. From 2011 to 2014, they became a cultural obsession. Red carpets, matching bracelets, breakups and makeups that defined an era. Hailey, meanwhile, was just another fan online, tweeting, "Team number Selena forever." Those harmless posts would later return like ghosts. By 2014, after years of turbulence, Selena ended, and suddenly, Hailey began appearing beside Justin. At church, on vacation, in photos that looked too natural to be coincidence. When Justin unfollowed Selena on Instagram, the internet decided the torch had been passed. The age of Selena was over. Hailey had begun. The overlap, a breakup and a rebound only months apart, became the perfect storm. Fans turned detectives, comparing timestamps and photos like evidence. When Justin proposed to Hailey in 2018, barely 6 months after his last reunion with Selena, the verdict was swift. Hailey wasn't a bride, she was the other woman. From then on, it wasn't just about them. It was about myth. Selena, the wronged heroine. Hailey, the usurper. Justin, the untouchable constant. Every post, like, or unfollow became scripture in a fandom-built religion. What began as a love story became a generational war, powered less by truth and more by interpretation. And the internet never let them forget. Even after 4 years of marriage, one label still clung to Hailey Bieber, the other woman. No matter how many interviews she gave or photos she posted, the internet refused to let her outrun that shadow. So, in 2022, Hailey sat down for a long-form interview on Call Her Daddy. Her first real attempt to confront the accusation that had followed her since the wedding, that she had stolen Justin Bieber from Selena Gomez. Her tone was measured, her answers precise. "Not once," she said, "did I ever date him while he was with her." For the first time, Hailey faced the myth head-on, trying to reclaim her narrative from millions who had already decided her guilt. The reaction was instant and split. Some praised her composure, others called it cold. The internet doesn't forgive what it perceives as control. It rewards confession, not calm. Hours later, Selena went live on TikTok, urging fans to be kind. She didn't name names, but she didn't have to. The subtext was unmistakable, and silence between the two women once again became the story. By early 2023, the feud had evolved from speculation to spectacle. Eyebrowgate, ridiculous in scale yet explosive in impact, proved how little it took to reignite the flames. Selena posted a lighthearted TikTok about over-laminating her brows. Hours later, Kylie Jenner and Hailey shared a FaceTime screenshot showing off theirs. An inside joke maybe, but timed too perfectly to escape interpretation. Within hours, TikTok detectives were dissecting every frame like evidence from a crime scene. Both Kylie and Selena denied any shade. "This is silly," they wrote, but the damage was done. The internet wasn't looking for peace. It was looking for patterns. That moment revealed the deeper truth. The feud wasn't personal anymore. It had become systemic, a cycle powered by algorithms and outrage, where coincidence became conspiracy and silence became ammunition. Every like, unfollow, and deleted post was treated as a declaration of war. And through it all, neither woman could escape the frame. Selena's vulnerability became her armor. Hailey's poise became her prison. Both were trapped inside the same narrative. Two real people forced to play the roles the internet had written for them. Because by then, the story wasn't being told by them anymore. It was being told by everyone else. By 2023, the feud between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez had reached a point of cultural saturation so complete that it no longer needed new material to survive. The internet itself became the writer, the director, and the jury. All it required was a spark. And it found one again and again. The Eyebrowgate incident, though seemingly petty, opened the floodgates. Hailey began receiving thousands of hate comments a day, some of them violent. Her name trended alongside phrases like mean girl and copycat. Old tweets resurfaced, photos were dissected, and entire TikTok accounts were built around proving that she had modeled her life after Selena. From tattoos and outfits to speech patterns and business ventures, what had once been fandom fascination evolved into moral prosecution. In March 2023, Selena stepped in. On Instagram, she posted a calm but sobering message. "Hailey Bieber reached out to me. She's been receiving death threats. This isn't what I stand for. Please stop." The post was a rare act of grace, an attempt to halt the spiral. But instead of ending the chaos, it exposed how little control either woman had. For every fan who echoed Selena's call for kindness, another insisted she was too forgiving, too political, or even covering up. For Hailey, the fallout was brutal. Her social media presence, once a curated haven of minimalist style and brand promotion, became a minefield. Every post drew accusations. Every smile was interpreted as shade. Even her skincare brand, Rhode, was dragged into the fray, its marketing dissected for alleged references to Selena's rare beauty. On the flip side, Selena's brand soared. Searches for rare beauty blush surged. Supporting Selena became both a moral stance and a shopping trend. By 2024, the feud had transcended celebrity gossip. It had become an economy. Influencers gained millions of views by posting analysis videos of Hailey's tone, Selena's lyrics, or Justin's silence. Tabloids recycled each micro-interaction into headlines. The algorithms rewarded outrage, and outrage became currency. The supposed climax came with a new flashpoint: the Wall Street Journal profile of Hailey in late 2025. Asked about the rivalry, she tried to brush it off, saying, "I don't feel competitive with people I'm not inspired by." Within hours, screenshots flooded the internet. The quote went viral, interpreted as a veiled insult towards Selena. Hailey's team clarified that her comment was taken out of context, but the damage was done. Selena responded, not through interviews, but through Instagram stories. Her message was soft, but surgical. Just leave the girl alone. She can say whatever she wants. Doesn't affect my life whatsoever. It's just about relevance, not intelligence. Be kind. All brands inspire me. There is room for everyone. And hopefully we can all stop. And Selena's decision to speak out has been heavily criticized online, with some arguing that she was fueling the fire against Hailey with her statement, and pointing out that there is no suggestion that Hailey was referencing rare beauty in the interview. What had begun as a teenage love triangle had evolved into a cultural phenomenon, a decade-long morality play about womanhood, fame, and the performance of virtue. Hailey's silence was seen as guilt, Selena's empathy as strategy. Both were trapped in narratives they couldn't rewrite because the internet refused to stop watching. And in the ruins of what once was romance, careers, and fandom, one truth lingered. In the age of social media, a feud doesn't need to be real to destroy you. It just needs to be believable. In the end, the story of Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez isn't really about rivalry. It's about reflection. It's a mirror held up to our era, showing how easily admiration can mutate into obsession and how two women's lives became raw material for an audience that demanded a plot twist every week. What began as a teenage romance evolved into a digital parable about fame, femininity, and forgiveness, or rather, our inability to grant it. The internet turned heartbreak into spectacle, empathy into engagement, and real people into projections of our own need to take sides. Selena became the saint, Hailey, the antagonist. But neither role was ever real. They were written, edited, and amplified by millions of hands that never knew either woman at all. When the lights fade and the headlines scroll on, what remains isn't victory or defeat, it's the echo. The reminder that fame in the 21st century is no longer something you have. It's something the world performs with you, and sometimes against you. So maybe the better question isn't who was right or wrong, but what it says about us that we needed there to be a right and a wrong at all. Because in the end, every feud, every downfall, and every redemption arc in Hollywood tells the same quiet truth. Fame gives you a stage. The internet gives you a script. And once the crowd starts chanting, even the stars can't control the story anymore.